Hello and welcome to Simple Truths. I am your crazy uncle. This one is extremely off the cuff, everybody. I literally just threw this on the board, so this is going to be a bit of a rant based on, well, what you see. Now, this is for dating. Oh shit, another guy going to talk to us about dating. Is he a dating coach? Not in the slightest. I'm just going to tell you the truth of what's going on. Okay? For you young folks out there, and this is specifically for teenagers looking into dating. Alright. Now, this one's primarily going to be set for men, and then I'm going to go back up and I'm going to hit it for the females. I know that sounded wrong. Don't judge me on that. Now, what is a date for? Alright. For everybody, that's actually different. You will actually find that some people think, oh, I took her out for a date. She must make out with me at the least. Or a woman thinks, oh, I'm going on a date. He must take me to a fancy restaurant. On both of those, if you think that, do yourself a favor, find the nearest wall, hit your head into it. A date is simply to get to know the person. That's it. To see if you have shared interests, if you get along, if your personalities match. Now, if you're dating somebody that you already know, that's going to make things a little more forward because you kind of already know each other. However, you know each other from inside whatever social circle you're in. In that box, in each of those situations, a person's personality will change. It happens with everybody. It takes a long time before you get a crazy uncle like me who couldn't give the first flip before fucking anything. Before we will just speak our minds and we will be ourselves around everybody. We're a bit abrasive that way. But you know what? You're better off having us around. But for you young folks, what's a date for? Again, to get to know the person. To find out if both of you have the same life goals, if you're going to match up close enough. And I say close enough because no one's ever going to match perfect. Okay? The next is, what are you looking for in your date? I kind of touched on this. Okay? Are you looking to just have fun and hang out? Are you looking for a potential romance? Are you looking just to hook up? Are you looking to get some sort of benefit, like dinner and a movie out of it? And then suddenly get the phone call. God, that's annoying. Regardless, what are you looking for? For all of you, and I mean frickin' all of you. When you start your date, you need to talk about this shit. What are you dating for? Are you dating for a potential mate? Are you dating for a potential spouse? Not the same thing, by the way. Are you dating just to hang out with a buddy who might turn out into friends with benefits? You need to talk about this. Okay? You can be a little more nuanced than I am being right now, clearly. Because let's face it, when you're a teenager, I get it. I was there. When you're a teenager, a lot of times you don't know how to place things. That just sounded weird. But verbally, you don't know how to set things up. That's fine. You'll step on your tongue. Everyone does. It just happens. Don't freak out. Just move on from there. Or you simply say, excuse me, I phrased that wrong. And say it the right way. Now, for guys, this is different. Preparation levels. You need to make sure you have enough cash on hand. You need to make sure you have location and all that other stuff planned out, and you need to make sure you have enough time. Okay? For everyone, this is going to be different. For money, I recommend you take your date. First date is always just a cup of coffee. If you have more than just a cup of coffee, I'm going to look at you and say you're a fucking idiot. If this is somebody you don't know and you're going out for more than just a cup of coffee just to hang out and get to know them, maybe get him a coffee and brioche, which is basically just a pastry. If it doesn't work out after the first date, you're going to be out $5-10. Okay, that's fine. That's a first fucking date, motherfucker. If you don't understand that, then seriously, again, find a wall and hit your head into it. Okay? Now, women are out there, I guarantee females have already downvoted me, but I'll get back to you here in a second. Location. You need to figure out where. Again, I just touched on that. If it's somebody you already know, and it's in your little box, your little group of friends, then go somewhere else, dumbass. Seriously, go somewhere else. Don't take them to the same pizza joint you go to. Don't take them to the same, well, I would say the mall, but those, I don't even know if they're malls anymore. But go where your other friends are not. Get them out of that bubble. Get yourself out of that bubble. And be yourself. Because once you see past that curtain, you'll actually see if it can go somewhere. If you don't do that, you're in for some hurt later on. Now, the time portion. I bring this up because if you have parents who are actually worth a shit, they're going to have a curfew. So you need to dodge around your work, your school indoctrination, and their indoctrination and their work, if they do work, to figure out what a timeline is going to be. Do not fuck this up, by the way. Oh, man. I've known several when I was a teenager. That freaking porch light flipped on, the door came open, they're like, young lady inside, and that dude just stepped out. How those guys kept from pissing themselves, I don't know. One in particular, he brought her back like 3 hours late. He got the ass whooping he deserved. And yes, for men, that's what happens. Now, you have to be ready for the modern pitfalls. Okay, I have to put in modern because it's a lot different than me. I grew up pre-internet. I know, you're looking at me probably like, God damn it, this guy's old. Bear with me. I don't get caught up in a 30-year gap, and that's a totally different video. Actually, I'm going to have to write that down, make sure it's next. Okay, modern pitfalls are this. 1, social media. Chances are, guys, she is going to post everything. She will post everything. If she's on the Snappy Chat or the Tweaker, which everybody kind of just tweaks out on, just like, ugh, and all that shit, congratulations, she is going to post everything about your life. If you're okay with that, then don't say anything. If you're not okay with that, you better tell her straight off the bat. Because she's going to post everything. Ladies, don't say you don't do it, because you do. You do. Alright? I've had it several times. And it's annoying. It's extremely obnoxious. Okay? That cell phone, by the way, is one of the biggest pains in the ass. And I'll tell you this, if she pulls out her cell phone, with the exception of pulling it out to turn it the fuck off, if she texts somebody, if she picks it up, hold on, I gotta take this, and it's not an emergency, and you know it's an emergency, the date's over. The date's, pay your tab, drop her off if you picked her up, and just leave. As far as she's concerned, you are not worth her time, not worth her concentration. You're done. Alright? You gotta be careful that a lot of times it's a shit test. Other people do much better videos on that, and I will not be doing one on shit tests. I don't think. Regardless, the modern pitfalls all go around the technology. Reason being is as of between 1997 and 2002, we entered the information age. If you're watching this and you were born after 2002, you've never seen it without that. It's actually kind of weird to think back to that. But the technology is what you got to avoid. Well, I shouldn't say avoid, but be careful of it. It's like working with an explosive. You don't want to sit there and play tennis with a piece of C4. Regardless, that technology is going to be the biggest bane of your existence. If she is very closed with that cell phone, then chances are, even if it's your first date, she's actually lining up another one for later that night. So just no, don't deal with it. Do not deal with it. Men, if you want to be men, you need to stand your ground, be confident. Hey, I'm here. We're on a date. Put that shit away. If she refuses to, just call for your check. Even if your food hasn't come, just ask for a doggy bag. Can you just wrap my stuff up and bring me the check, please? And chances are they will do that right then. So, be men about it. Don't be a total asshole. And by the way, just because you bought her anything, she does not need to give you shit. She's not required to. It's a date. She's not an escort. She's a date. If you can't figure that out, do the world a favor, run into an electric fence, and just stand there for a few minutes. Wrap it around your neck a few times. Now, for the ladies out there, you need to ask these questions too. What are you going to date for? Are you looking for a potential husband? Or are you just dating him because he's a hot guy in school? By the way, if you do this and you decide to spread your legs, expect about 80% of the guys in that school to not want you. Not because you're not a virgin anymore, but because they know that that guy probably has 3 shades of gonorrhea for herpes. Because he's probably gone through the entire cheerleading squad already. Lord knows what they've been doing. Okay? What are you looking for? I know these kind of go together with you. What are you looking for? Be honest. Be upfront and honest. Okay? Your preparation is not, well, money. Yes, bring your own. Okay? This is for both. Okay? As for both of you, bring cash. Because if you turn out to be a real bitch, he's not paying for nothing. And by the way, if he says split the check, chances are he never wants to see you again. Or he's just a realist. Be careful which one that is. Now, you don't worry about location. You all worry about your looks. You do. Women, you do. Don't say you don't. Seriously, I can't do a single freaking search on anything. Shoot a bit, tube of you, spot of a phi. It doesn't matter. There are makeup tutorials everywhere. You care about your looks a little too much, I think. Do the world a favor and go easy on that shit. Because I do recommend for the guys, after about 5 dates, to take you swimming. Especially if it's summer. Oh, I don't want to. It's going to mess my makeup. Well, he's going to know what type of person you are. If you're not comfortable in your own skin, that's not his problem, and you have some psychological shit to deal with. Now, you're worrying about your looks. While he's worrying about location, trying to get everything. He might have to set up reservations and stuff. And you need to worry about the time as well. That's for both of you as well. If he's working, don't demand that he take off work. If you do that, you already showed your cards, lady. You're not someone he's going to want to deal with. Is what it is. Okay. Now, pitfalls with guys. Well, because, and by the way, you can thank your predecessors in the dating market for this, because so many women insist that they be treated like total dog piss for any guy to be perceived as attractive, then don't be surprised if they don't treat you like a lady. And if you sit there and if he does treat you like a lady, pulls out your chair, opens your door, allows you to order first, and yes, I said allow because he could be an asshole and just order first. If he's doing all that, and you're like, oh, he's a nice guy. I don't like nice guys. Enjoy being a single mother on welfare. I know it's harsh, but this is the truth, and the truth is fairly painful. just like guys, later on in relationships, the technology makes it so easy for women to cheat. It's sickening. It's also the same thing with guys. You got to watch. That technology has made it so easy for relationships to rip themselves to pieces. So keep that in mind. Now, this is not to stop you from dating. This is not to stop you at all from going out and searching for a potential spouse. I recommend it if you can make it work. If you don't